This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, so big fat quiz of the practitioner's year, part 3, questions 1 to 67. Oh, Megan's just coming in. I'll just let Megan in. Okay. Welcome, Megan. We're just going to start now on question 1 and we're working up to number 67. Okay. Question 1. What meridian are the tibials connected to? Question 2. What is the emotion for the spleen? Question 3. Name 2 muscles on the Tripper-Warmer meridian. Question 4. Which finger mode? Oh, okay, just coming in. Which finger mode would you use for emotional? Question 5. Name the meridians in the fire element. Question 6. Which nutrients support the openness pollicis longus? Question 7. What muscles would you test for someone with a knee injury? Question 8. Where are the adductors located? Question 9. Where is the vascular point for the Tripper-Warmer adrenal muscles? Where is the neurovascular point for the Tripper-Warmer adrenal muscles? Question 10. If someone came to you who was always ill, catching cold, etc., which muscle would you think of testing? Question 11. What homework would you give to a child with dyslexia to do in between treatments? Question 12. Which nutrient supports the wet tissue of the body? Particularly helpful when an area that should be wet or moist, like the eyes, throat, anus, or vagina, when it is dry. Question 13. What is the actual test for injury recall? Question 14. Who touches when you are TLing? Question 15. Where does the gallbladder meridian begin? Question 16. Where are the neurovascular points for the popliteus? Question 17. What technique would you use to treat eczema? Question 18. If, for instance, the quadriceps are too tight or hypertonic, which cells would you work on to turn them down, and by what method? Which cells would you work on to turn them down, and by what method? Question 19. What are the 4 conditions of a strong muscle? Question 20. What 2 muscles would you think of testing for someone with heel pain? Question 21. What nutrients would you think of for someone with bloating or discomfort above the belly button? Question 22. Which glandular or herb nutrients support the thyroid? Question 23. Where is the neurovascular point for the sartorius? Question 24. Where does the small intestine meridian begin? Question 25. Where is the alarm point for the large intestine? (26) Name two muscles that may be switched. Sorry, what was that? Was that for me? Nope. Name two muscles that may be switched off in connection with malfunctioning valves. (27) Name two symptoms that people may have with valve problems. Question 28. Where do you push to correct an open ICV? Question 29. What acupuncture point do you contact when testing for a hidden food sensitivity? Question 30. List three nutrients that you would think of testing for someone with loose bowels. Question 31. List three nutrients that you would think of testing for someone with constipation. (32) List 5 causes for malfunctioning valves. Question 33. Describe the Riddler's point for HCl deficiency. Thirty-four. Where does the large intestine meridian end? Thirty-five. Where does the small intestine meridian begin? Question 36. Where are the main lymphatic points for the iliacus muscle? Question 37. Where is the quadratus lumborum located? Question 38. List 5 things that you can do as homework to keep valves intact. Question 39. Where do you push to correct a closed ICV? Question 40. Describe the Riddler's point for the food enzymes deficiency. Question 41. Where does the large intestine meridian begin? Question 42. Where does the small intestine meridian end? Question 43. Why is the psoas related to the ICV? Question 44. Is it good to drink water with your meals? Question 45. What is the optimum number of times per day that you should open your bowels? Question 46. Describe the perfect motion. Question 47. What emotions are linked with the small intestine and the large intestine? Question 48. What is the position to sit on when you're on the toilet ready to empty your bowels? Question 49. Where is kidney 1? Question 50. Who touches the point when it's a CL? Question 51. Where does the triple warmer meridian begin? Question 52. What does it mean if you TL to spleen 21 on the right? What does it mean if you TL to spleen 21 on the right? Question 53, where do you TL to test the thymus gland? Question 54. What are the MEI points to strengthen the adrenals? Question 55. Which points would you tap to correct a blood chemistry? Question 56. Where are the neurovascular points to strengthen the thyroid gland? Question 57. Which gland is linked to the immune system? Question 58. Which gland is linked to the menstrual cycle? Question 59. How do you test for the hypothalamus? Question 60. List the nutrients that make up an endocrine boost. Question 61. The endocrine system may also be described as our inner what? Question 62. What acupuncture points do you rub in the web of the thumb and at the crease of the elbow as part of an ICV treatment? Question 63. How do you detect first stage adrenal exhaustion? Question 64. Which meridian are you contacting with a light pressure on the right wrist, top position, deep pressure? Which meridian are you contacting on the right wrist, top position, which is nearest the thumb, with a deep pressure? Question 65. What does it mean to CL to spleen 21 on the right?
Didn't we just have that, Abby?
No, we had a TL to spleen 21 on the right. This is a CL.
Okay. Sorry.
That's all right, my lovely. Question 66. What does it mean to TL to the spleen on the left? TL to spleen 21 on the left. And last but not least, question 67. Where and how do you test with a TL deep adrenal stress? Cool. Everybody done? Are you all ready for your answers?
Yes.
We made it.
Thank you, Abby.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well done,
Thank
guys.
you, Abby.
That's all right. That's no problem. Okay, so we're going to whiz through the answers. If anybody's got any comments, anything to add, please feel free to do so. Okay, question 1 was, what meridian are the tibials connected to? And the answer is bladder. Question 2, what is the emotion for the spleen? It is sympathy, empathy, understanding, and validation. Question 3, name 2 muscles on the triple warmer meridian. You could have had any of these: infraspinatus, teres minor, sartorius, gastrocnemius, soleus, or gracilis. Okay, which finger mode is the pad of the ring, 4th finger, and it is, of course, for the emotions. Question 5, name the meridians in the fire element. We have triple warmer, heart, circulation, sex, and small intestine. Number 6, which nutrients support the OPLs? We have calcium and D3. Obviously, you have the other ones that also support the other ones in the spleen, which are vitamin A, beta carotene, spirulina, and Zambrosia, I believe. Okay, question 7. What muscles would you test for someone with a knee injury? You could have had quadriceps, adductors, gluteus maximus, popliteus, sartorius, gracilis, hamstrings, or fascia lata. Question 8. Where are the adductors located? They are inside the thigh or inner thigh, whichever word you want to use there. Question 9. Where is the vascular point for the triple warmer adrenal muscles? It is posterior fontanelle. Question 10. If someone came to you who was always ill, catching cold, etc., which muscle would you think of testing? You would test the infraspinatus, which is the main immune muscle, and that is triple warmer thymus. Question 11. What homework would you give to a child with dyslexia to do in between treatment? You can have cross crawl, lazy 8s, switching, ears as aerials, and visual inhibitions. Question 12. Which nutrient supports the wet tissue of the body? Answer is beta carotene, usually found in spirulina zambrosia, organic carrot juice, capsicum, and cayenne. Question 13. Which is the actual test for injury recall? Using a sim, client locates the site of the injury, head in the backward position, retest the sim. If it's relevant, lock it in. Question 14. Who touches when TLing? It is, of course, the therapist. Question 15. Where does the gallbladder meridian end? Begin. It begins in the outer corner of the eye, temple side. Where are the neurovascular points for the popliteus? They are behind the knee. Question 17. What would you use to treat eczema? You would use the skin lesion technique. Lick and stick, as we all know it. Question 18. If, for instance, the quadriceps are too tight or hypertonic, which cells would you work on to turn them down, and by what method? It would be the spindle cells and push to mush. Question 19. What are the 4 conditions of a small muscle? They are facial sheath inhibition, induced stretch, sustained testing, and hidden weakness. I'm pretty sure if we just put fish, they're not really going to give us a mark. As much as I'd love that, that's probably not going to happen. Okay, number 20. What 2 muscles would you think of testing for someone with heel pain? Gastrocnemius and soleus. Question 21. What nutrients would you think of for bloating and discomfort above the belly button? You could have slippery elm, aloe vera, vitamin D, or acidophilus, which is a new one on me. Number 22. Which glandular or herb nutrients support the thyroid? You can have any of these: black walnut, kelp and hops, iodine, NutriThyroid, or NHV. Question 23. Where is the neurovascular point for the sartorius? It is posterior fontanelle. It's about the only one I know. Okay, question 24. Where does the small intestine meridian begin? This one pops up a couple of times, I think. It's the outside or lateral little fingernail bed. Question 25. Where is the alarm point for the large intestine? It is stomach 25. Now, on this sheet, it says 1 inch to the left of the belly button. But if you look it up, it's actually 6 centimeters to the left of the belly button, which is probably around about 2 inches. So if you just put left of the belly button, I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, 26. Name 2 muscles that can be switched off in connection with malfunction in valves. We have quads and iliacus as the main 2 on here. 27. Name 2 symptoms that people may have with valve problems. So you can have 2 of any of these, and there's lots more than these. Constipation, bloating, loose bowels, IBS symptoms, headaches, fatigue, and tiredness. But obviously there's lots more on that list that we've got in our practitioner's book. Question 28. Where do you push to correct an open ICV? You push McBurney's point in on the right-hand side and up towards the left shoulder. 29. What acupuncture point do you contact when testing for hidden food sensitivity? It is triple warmer 22. Question 30, list 3 nutrients that you would think of testing for someone with loose bowels. We could have bowel build, slippery elm, aloe vera, and probiotics. 31, list 3 nutrients that you would think of testing for someone with constipation. Slippery elm, psyllium hulls, and fiber plus. They're all the main ones. Question 32, list 5 causes for malfunctioning valves. Diet, poor diet, parasites, dehydration, microbiome imbalance, and stress. Question 33, describe the Riddler's point for HCl deficiency. Left-hand side, undercostal border where it meets the sternum, wiggle and poke. Okay. 34, where does the large intestine meridian end? At the side of the nose, the nostril. Question 35, where does the small intestine meridian begin? This is a repeat question. It's at the lateral side of the little finger. Question 36, what are the main lymphatic points for iliacus? The main ones are the front supraspinatus points, bananas, and the iliac crest, which is the PSIS all the way around to the ASIS. If you want to put it in description, but iliac crest is good enough. 37, where is the quadratus lumborum located? It is in the lower back. Question 38, list 5 things to do as homework for keeping the valves intact. These are the answers that we were given, but I know that there's more descriptions in the practitioner's manual. No raw food, no spicy foods, drink water, low sugar, stay off of the main 4 offenders, no tea and coffee or caffeine, but you can drink herbal teas. So there's just a few ideas there. Question 39, where do you push to correct a closed ICV? Right-hand side, McBurney's point, push down and towards the opposite leg. Question 40, describe the Riddler point for food enzyme deficiency. It is on the right costal border of the ribs. Question 41, where does the large intestine meridian begin? Index finger, medial side, closest to the little finger. That doesn't make sense, that sentence, does it? Index finger, medial side would be closest to the thumb.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would suggest somebody looks that up to find out whether it's medial or lateral for the large intestine. It's that side, closest to thumb, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is the medial side, which is closest to the thumb, not the little finger. So if you're revising question 41, should say closest to the thumb. Just going to change that on here.
I think large intestine, biggest, fattest finger is your large thumb.
Brilliant. Thank you, Katie. That's a top tip there, because I always get confused by which side of the finger it is. Super duper. Okie doke. 42. Where does the small intestine meridian end? It's in the dip at the top of and front of the ear. Question 43. Why is the psoas related to the ICV? It is the kidney loop, and it's the relationship with how much water needs to be released in order to hydrate the body. Question 44. Is it a good idea to drink water with meals? Simple answer is no. If you want an extended answer, no more than 15 minutes before your meal, and 1 hour or 45 minutes to an hour after a meal. Question 45. What is the optimum number of times for bowels to open daily? 2 to 3 times a day. Question 46. Now, I did laugh at this answer because I'm not sure it's 100% correct. So I don't know if anybody else spotted the deliberate mistake. Okay, so describe the perfect motion. No odor, sausage shape, chestnut brown in color, clean exit. And this says 10 to 15 inches. But I think that should be centimeters. Because if that's supposed to be 10 to 15 inches, I'm doing it all wrong. I'm pretty sure these are in there just to keep us on our toes, you know. I'm pretty sure my eyes watered when Claire said inches, and I think oh dear. Anyway, let's say that's centimeters, 10 to 15 centimeters. Oh dear. Anyway, question 47. Which emotions are linked with the small intestine and large intestines? The small intestine, of course, is joy, lack of joy, sadness, and killjoy. And the large intestine is grief, guilt, and letting go. Question 48. What is the position to sit in on the toilet when emptying your bowels? It is with your knees raised above your hips. Or slightly higher than your hips rather than above your hips, because you can just have a vision of what that would look like. I should try to squeeze out those 15 inches.
I'm glad we've still got our humour, girls. Guys.
I think I'm reaching hysteria, if I'm perfectly honest. Okay, question 49. Where is kidney number 1? It is, of course, on the bottom of the foot or the sole of the foot, whatever word you use there. Okay, question 50. Who touches when CLing? It is obviously the client. Question 51. Where does the triple warmer meridian begin? It begins at the tip of the 4th finger next to the little finger. So we're lateral tip of the 4th finger, or the ring finger, if you like to call it that. Question 52. What does it mean if you TL to the spleen 21 on the right-hand side? It is test for cross crawl.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the TL. Question 53. Where do you TL to test the thymus? You TL on the angle of Louis and you find the sore spot. Question 54. What are the MEI points to strengthen the adrenal glands? They, of course, are the triple warmer, which is TW3 and gallbladder 41, and then TW2 and bladder 66. Sounds like we should have played MEI bingo. That would have been hilarious. Okay, so question 55. Which points do you tap on blood chemistry? And that is kidney 27 and spleen 21. Nearly there, guys. Okay, question 56. What are the neurovascular points to strengthen the thyroid gland? They are, of course, 3 fingers in a triangle over the thyroid above the sternal notch, and 3 fingers in front of the ear between the ear and the corner of the eye, and then you swap sides, so it's on both sides. Question 57. Which gland is linked to the immune system? It is, of course, the thymus. Question 58, which gland is linked to the menstrual cycle? That is, of course, the ovaries. Question 59, how do you test the hypothalamus? Taking a sim with a feather-like TL on skin, i.e. the inside of the arm, and retest the sim. Question 60, list the nutrients that make up an endocrine boost. B complex, Nutricom, Bs, B3, B5, B6, vitamin C, and of course a glandular, whichever one shows as relevant. Question 61. The endocrine system may be described as our inner what? It is our inner engine. Question 62. What acupuncture points do you rub on the web of the thumb and the crease of the elbow as part of the ICV fix? You, of course, do large intestine 4 in the thumb and large intestine 11 in the elbow. Question 63. How do you detect first stage adrenal exhaustion? There are 2 ways. There is a shortcut test, which is taking a sim and using a light touch wiggle on the sartorius lymphatics, slightly above and either side of the belly button. Or you can find a weak sartorius, which is weak in the clear and does not strengthen to sugar. Question 64. Which meridian are you contacting with the right wrist? Top position nearest the thumb, deep pressure. It is the lung. Question 65. What does it mean to CL to spleen 21 on the right? It is blood chemistry anytime it's a CL at spleen 21. So that could be on the right or the left. If it's a CL, then it's blood chemistry. Question 66, what does it mean to TL to spleen 21 on the left? It is, of course, the chakras shortcut test, which is nice and easy one. Okay, and then last but not least, question 67 is, where and how do you TL to test for deep adrenal stress? You TL the sartorius lymphatics, you wiggle using a deep pressure, and you test the sim. And then if the sim goes off, it's stage 2 or 3. Okay, cool. So that's it,
Would
guys.
I have got away with Mickey Mouse ears there or not really?
Well, I mean, I've put Mickey Mouse ears in my mock, to be fair, but when I spoke to Lottie after, she said you should either put an inch above and either side of the navel or put sartorius lymphatics and you'll get away with that. But if you put Mickey Mouse ears, you probably wouldn't get away with it. They might mark you down half a mark, mightn't they, for that? I know. It's like somebody asked today about, can I put widest point? And I think you would get away with saying the widest point of the head because you're describing exactly where it is. But if you know what it's called and you can recall that, then stick that in, because anything more proper that you can make it, the more points you're going to pick up. And, you know, if it makes a difference of half a point to get you over the line, it's got to be worth it, hasn't it? It's like the
absolutely.
You know, the questions where they say which nutrition would you use for this, put all the ones that you know of, because they're not specifically asking you for how many. So the more you get, you know, the more right you're going to be. So anybody got any questions? No.
That was brilliant. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, you guys, you know, no problem at all. You're very welcome. It was nice to be able to do it. We've done every question on all of the quizzes, which is what we were guided to do. So pat yourselves on the backs, guys. We actually did it. So I'm going to see you all in London on Saturday.
Yeah.
Probably crying in the corner, sucking my thumb, banging my head on the wall or something. And then hopefully for those of you that can make it in the park afterwards for a little bit of a cry, hug it out and eat some good food.
The weather. It's been lovely this week.
Yeah, fingers crossed that it might be nice on the weekend as well. We might get away with just, even if it's half an hour between the course and the first aid course for those that are staying on, it would be nice just to breathe a little bit. So I know you're rushing off, Katie, aren't you? You've got a wedding.
Yeah, I've got a wedding, so it's going to be, I'll probably say bye now in case I don't see you.
Well,
we'll
I'm
meet
sure
up,
we will
we'll do a reunion.
Yeah,
when we've got more time, we'll arrange something nice, I'm sure, when we're not all like,
yeah, absolutely.
Stress and tense. Well, I am anyway.
I should think you go to the wedding and have a really good knees up on the night time. All that stress will be gone. You can just let loose and have a great time.
I'm actually there in the day, so it's like straight. Yeah, it's a full on. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I'm going to sign out now then, guys. Have a really lovely rest of the week.
Thanks, Abby.
We'll see
you. Thanks, Abby. You're really great. Thank you.
Thank you,
Abby. Nice to see you.
Bye.